All right.
And here so far is that before Elon Musk bought it, Twitter wasn't so much a social media site as a honey trap operated by global intelligence agencies, including our own. One of the very
Yeah, I hate when I'm honey trapped by the FBI or the CIA to can go and do January 6th over and over again.
first things Elon Musk did was fire all the spies who worked at Twitter. Then he fired a lot of other people too, including the entire PR department, the HR department, and a lot of other useless baggage who weren't helping the company do anything worth doing. And what happened next? We asked him.
Meant a shrinking pie, obviously, for most of the traditional media companies, and made them more desperate to get clicks, to get attention. When they're in sort of a desperate state, they will then tend to really push headlines that get the most clicks, whether those headlines are accurate or not. So it's resulted, in my view, I think most people would agree, a less truthful, less accurate news. I think it's also increased the negativity of the news because I think we humans instinctually respond more to I think we have an instinctual negative bias, which kind of makes sense in that like it's more important to remember where was the lion or where was the tribe that wants to kill my tribe than where is the bush with berries.
Yes.
Like one's like a permanent negative outcome, and the other is like, well, I might go hungry.
The funniest part about this is like, at least like Jordan Peterson and the like, all these like fucking podcast bros, they are decent orators. Yes, they ramble incessantly, endlessly on dumb shit. They make it seem like they're pondering on things that, you know, you kind of intrinsically understand, but they make it seem like there's confusion there. Like women working side by side, men in the workplace. Like, well, we don't know. We don't know if it'll work well. It's like, yeah, we do, man. What the fuck? We're aware. Elon can't even do that. He just can't. He's not even skilled enough as an orator to be able to deliver the dumb, banal bullshit as though it's like super thought-provoking. In the same way that Jordan Peterson can, at least. You know what I mean? All these guys do is basically signal at a different frequency that's almost like a dog whistle for the dumbest dudes on the planet. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when these motherfuckers talk, the dumbest people go, oh, brilliant. Fucking brilliant, dude. Oh my God, he's so good.
And you wonder why you're sad after reading that, you know?
Do you read any legacy media outlets?
I mean, I really get most of my news from Twitter at this point. It is the number one news source, I think, in the world.
It is, unfortunately, and you fucking ruined it. God, the trending tab is so dog shit. He took the trending tab and just eviscerated it, dude. Put his fucking weirdly shaped penis all over that goddamn trending tab. No, Twitter is profoundly important in news aggregation. I use it as a primary resource. And now my primary resource for news and content aggregation has turned into a sequence of like Fight Haven videos where it's like equal rights and equal left for this bitch. And it's like always a woman getting absolutely destroyed by like a group of dudes just getting fucking pummeled on. Is it because you engage with that shit? No, man, I don't engage with any of that shit.
Well, at this point.
What percentage of your staff did you fire at Twitter? One of the great business stories of the year.
I think we're about 20% of the original size.
So 80% left.
Yes.
Here, you want to hear something funny? This is going to be an unpopular thing to mention because Twitter is supposed to represent liberalism. But this very same man, Tucker Carlson, quite literally said, I would rather make it illegal for technology and technological innovations to make driverless trucking because you would be firing a gigantic swath of the worker base in this country and then they would kill themselves. But remember, when it's Twitter and it's like the they, them, non-binary, gay libtards working at Twitter, when they get fired, Tucker's like, profound business decision. No, it's bullshit jobs. It's just a job. It's bullshit. Most jobs are bullshit.
So,
I mean, a lot of people voluntarily.
Sure. But it's 80% are gone from the day you took over.
That's correct, yes.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
It turns out you don't need that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. If you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization and you're not.
Bitch, there are components that you fired that actually were working the goddamn site. That's why the site fucking falls apart pretty much every fucking week. That's why the trending tab is completely gone. You literally reduced some of the functions of the website. Why is no one being like, okay, let's talk about the trending tab. That was a component of the website. You have now relegated that to the algorithms. That's why whatever is always, it's also fucking dumbass cryptocurrency trending on my trending tab. Like, you took away a lot of components. Search is broken. Yeah. Search also is broken. Moderation is dog shit. These are important components of a website that you just took down. There are certainly elements of the website that he made worse. Anyway.
Care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, it turns out.
How many others, without naming names, but how many, I had dinner with somebody who runs a big company recently who said, I'm really inspired by Elon. And I said, the free speech stuff? He goes, no, the firing the staff stuff. Yeah. How many other CEOs have come to you?
Dude, this is what I'm saying. It's like Big Homie is like talking about firing people with glee and talking to other wealthy business owners who want to fire their staff with glee.
I spend a lot of time at work, so it's not like I'm meeting with.
This is not the workings of a man who is pro-worker, I would say, you know? But we knew that already. But still, it's like, if you're pro-worker, if you're pro-business, why the fuck are you, like, you know, excited at the prospect of, like, another rich guy that you were talking to who was equally excited at, like, fucking firing 80% of their workforce? I thought this guy loved, you know, labor rights, labor protections, working. Like, if Elon was talking about the top of the hour ad break and how he loves serving it, I would laugh. I would be gleeful in my coverage of it because I love serving it to you at the top of the hour.
But I think we just had a situation at Twitter where it was absurdly overstaffed, you know. So it wasn't, you know, like, you look at, say, like, what does it really take to operate Twitter? You know, I mean, most of what we're talking about here is a group text service at scale. Like, how many people are really needed for that, you know? And if you look at you say, like, what has been the product development over time with Twitter? And you're like, so, like, you know, years versus product improvements, and it's like a pretty flat line. So what are they doing? You know, it took a year.
Okay, so why do you need a CEO then? Why is he there? To be fair, he did fire the CEO, which was kind of based. That's definitely like, you know, a person that's just like eating away at the funds for no fucking particular reason.
To add an edit button that doesn't work most of the time. I mean, this is, I feel like there's a comedy situation here, you know. You're not making cars, you know. It's very difficult to make cars or get rockets to orbit. So, you know, the real question is, like, how did it get so absurdly overstaffed? This is insane. We're trying to make Twitter the most trusted place on the internet, the least untrustworthy place on the internet. I don't think anyone should trust the internet, but maybe we can make Twitter the least untrustworthy.
Any guesses as to what Elon means by civilization here? I have one.
The urge to have sex and to procreate is, after breathing and eating, the most basic urge. Yeah. How has it been subverted?
Facts.
Well, it's just in the past, we could rely upon you know, simple limbic system rewards
yes.
in order to procreate. But once you have birth control and, you know, abortions and whatnot, now you can still satisfy the limbic instinct, but not procreate.
Yeah, totally. That's why back in the day, you know, people were not doing any birth control whatsoever. There were famously no abortions. Bro, abortions have basically just like medicalized something that has been happening for a very long time. The notion that like people don't want to fuck no more is not true. They just don't want to fuck you, Elon. That's why you have to offer people horses after showing them your weird ass shaped penis. Elon Musk reveals the new goals for
But Twitter because he used Twitter. It's as simple as that, and he was infuriated by Twitter's effort to silence people on the internet. That's how strongly he believed in free speech. He paid $44 billion and immediately lost tens of billions of dollars doing it. And when he took over and looked behind the curtain, he discovered Twitter was really a tool of the global intel agencies to spy on people and emit propaganda. Here it is. You bought Twitter famously. You've got a lot of other businesses and a lot going on.
Yes.
You said you bought it because you believe in speech, free speech. You've had a lot of hassle since you bought it. And
first of all, he didn't buy Twitter because he cared about free speech. he bought Twitter because he was forced to buy Twitter because he thought he could like meme his way out of it. Secondly, since then, he has not done a single thing that is remotely pro-free speech. How dare you?
In retrospect, was it worth buying it?
I mean, it remains to be seen as to whether this was financially smart. Currently, it is not. We just revalued the company at less than half of the acquisition price.
Did you really?
Yes. No, my timing was terrible for when the offer was made, because it was right before advertising plummeted, and
you caught the high water mark, I noticed.
Yeah. So I must be a real genius here. My timing is amazing. Since I had bought it for at least twice as much as it should have been bought for. But some things are priceless, and so whether I lose money or not, that is a secondary issue compared to ensuring the strength of democracy, and free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy.
Yes.
And the speech needs to be as transparent and truthful as possible.
But did you understand the kind of ferocity you'd be facing, the attacks you'd be facing from power centers in the country?
I thought there'd probably be some negative reactions, yes. So I'm sure everyone would not be pleased with it.
Man, this guy's such a champion of the workers. This Tucker Carlson guy, big champion of the working class. I'm always doing direct PR for one of the richest people on the planet, who was the richest person on the planet until he made this like incredibly idiotic decision.
Now there's obviously a lot of organizations that are used to having sort of unfettered influence on Twitter that no longer have that.
Well, you stripped the New York Times of their badge this morning, and then you called them diarrhea. You did. I'm just quoting you. You described their Twitter feed as diarrhea.
I said it was the Twitter equivalent of diarrhea.
Okay, it's not literally diarrhea, but
no, it's it's a metaphor, but an accurate one.
Dude, what is happening? Like, this fucking piece of shit was never even a good poster to begin with. Like, I mean, fuck the New York Times and fuck their Twitter page. But it's so odd. Like, what? Because he bought Twitter, like, he automatically knows what good posts are? Like, he's probably the most famous awful poster. God, I absolutely despise this, man. I hate how much people dick ride him still. Dude, people love dick riding mediocre shitheads, dude. I swear to God. This is probably what my haters think about me. When they're like, they see all of you guys defending me and supporting me, and they're like, fuck this Hasan guy. I hate him so much. I can't believe these motherfuckers like defend him. And you get like bloodthirsty. I get it. I understand. I understand where my fucking haters are coming from. Except the difference is like, I am nowhere near as fucking omega cringe as Elon is, or as powerful.
It's just obviously a bot cluster over and over again. So I started to get like just more and more uneasy about the Twitter situation. I was starting to feel like something's wrong in the state of Denmark here. There's something feels wrong about the platform. It felt like it was drifting in a bad direction. So then I was like, and my conversations with the board and management seemed to confirm my intuition about that. But basically, I was convinced these guys do not care about fixing Twitter, and I had a bad feeling about where I was headed based on the conversations I had with them. So then I was like, you know what, I'll try acquiring it and see if acquiring it is possible. Now I didn't have enough cash to acquire it, so I would need support from others.
God, I love this. This is extremely my shit. Turns out I still like watching Elon Musk be a fucking bumbling baboon on camera. Elon Musk's the living, breathing personification of the idea that meritocracy is a lie. The concept of meritocracy is absolutely dumpstered, eviscerated. When you take one look at Elon Musk, talk about anything. Like, this man supposedly runs companies, okay? All he's doing is tweeting the shittiest memes. Everything he said right now is a lie about how he's like, oh man, I really wanted to make sure, I saw free speech is under attack. That's why I bought it. Just a lie. Tucker Carlson, of course, is supposed to call him out, but he won't because he's a pussy. But he's not even doing PR that well. Think about purchasing Twitter for $44 billion and then trying to justify that decision. You got owned. You got fucking so super omega owned. There's no way you can do PR around that. That's it.
From some of the existing investors, I would also need like a lot of debt, and so it wasn't clear to me whether an acquisition would succeed, but I thought I would try. And ultimately, it did succeed. Anyway, here we are.
But when you got there and all of a sudden you own it and all the data on the service belongs to you. And
well, it belongs to the people in my view, but yes.
But you can see what it is, and you can
yes.
see what they've been doing, and you can see who's been working there. You were shocked to find out that various intel agencies were affecting its operations?
The degree to which various government agencies had effectively had full access to everything that was going on Twitter blew my mind. I was not aware of that.
Would that include people's DMs?
Yes. Yes, because the DMs are not encrypted. So one of the things that we're about to release is the ability to encrypt your DMs.
That's pretty heavy duty, though, because a lot of well-known people, reporters talking to their sources, government officials, the richest people in the world,
sure.
They're DMing each other. And the assumption, obviously, it was incorrect, but was that that's private, but that was being read by various governments?
Yeah, that seems to be, yes.
Yeah, and I gave all of that access to Matt Taibbi, who I no longer like and have unfollowed. Tucker should ask if they're still doing it and then watch him fucking tap dance so that Tucker can also turn around and tap dance on his dick like he's been doing this entire time.
It's scary.
Yes.
You had complaints from various governments about doing this?
I haven't had direct complaints to me. I've had sort of like some indirect complaints. I think people are a little concerned about complaining to me directly in case I tweet about it. You know. They're like, uh-oh. So they're sort of trying to be more roundabout than that.
This Tucker Carlson interview, it's like worse than I thought it was going to be.
The goal of New Twitter is to be as fair and even-handed as possible. So not favoring any political ideology, but just being fair at all.
Why doesn't Facebook do this? I know that Zuckerberg has said, and I take him at face value, that he, I do actually
Really?
in this way, that he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but he, like, why wouldn't a company like that take the stand that you have taken, which is pretty rooted in American traditional political custom, for free speech?
My understanding is that Zuckerberg spent $400 million in the last election, nominally in a get-out-the-vote campaign, but really fundamentally in support of Democrats. Is that accurate or not accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Does that sound unbiased to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, Mark Zuckerberg famously loves liberalism in general. Dude, what are you talking about? Look at results, man. I thought you were a results-oriented motherfucker. Literally the most right-wing website. Still worse than Twitter. Twitter looked at Facebook and was like, how can we be more like Facebook? He's just jealous. He's on Tucker Carlson's show trying to talk shit about Mark Zuckerberg and be like, oh, he's actually a liberal. Please don't use his platform. If you want to do right-wing conspiracies, please use mine instead. Don't use his platform to do Nazi pedophile stuff. Twitter is now the #1 Nazi pedophile website. I will unban you as long as you say you were unjustifiably banned because of libtards. Libtards, I say. Haha. 9gag. Omega troll, epic. Epic meme. I did it. Please look at my deformed penis.
I think he knows. I generally think that he knows what he's talking about. I generally feel like, maybe I don't know. I feel like he knows definitely what he's talking about. It's just hard when he translates information to normal people. When it's dumbed down, it doesn't sound as good.
No, that's not true at all. Dude, it's funny. No, XQC thinks Elon is just like me for real in his mind. And he's like, oh, I have a lot of thoughts in my mind. And it's like, I can't easily and clearly communicate those thoughts, especially as I'm trying to dumb down some of those thoughts for the average idiot to understand. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. I would go so far as to say XQC is probably smarter than Elon Musk in many respects. Yes, I'm not even kidding. Toenail eater XQZ, probably smarter than Elon Musk. You can say no shot all you want, man. No, this man has billions of dollars of PR working for him. That's why you have this idea that he's Tony Stark. That's why you think he's like building fucking spaceships and shit. How? How do you look at what Elon Musk has done and how he has operated? Elon Musk operates like XQC after a 17-hour bender. Elon Musk's normal, his neutral gear, is basically the same as when this toenail eater is melting down after a 17-hour stream. Think about it. Think about the actions that he's taken since he bought Twitter, since he was forced to buy Twitter. I think being a decent communicator of science is a difficult endeavor. Some people are very good at it. Bill Nye, Carl Sagan, and the like. Others are dickheads about it, Neil deGrasse Tyson, but still relatively decent, even though they're pompous. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is not a scientist nor a science communicator. Shut up, you don't sound smart. I don't sound smart at all because I am not smart. I'm a dumb guy, which I routinely admit. I say it so much. That's the difference between me and Elon Musk. I know that I'm a dumb guy. I say that I'm a dumb guy all the time. Elon Musk, on the other hand, also a dumb guy, doesn't say that he's a dumb guy. Everyone will get mad at me because I said he's a dumb guy, because no matter what happens, he has a lot of money. And a lot of money means, oh my God, he's really smart. Okay, so does XQC. XQC has a lot of money. I have a lot of money. Does that make me any smarter than you or your dad? Maybe, but not particularly. My brother builds actual spaceships. That's his job. Significantly smarter than me. Doesn't make a fraction of the money I make. He is a literal rocket scientist. Not like Elon Musk, like an actual rocket scientist. Legitimately builds the rockets and designs them. He is brilliant. He's super smart. Much, much smarter than me. Much, much smarter than me. Stop feeling like the amount of money that a person makes means that they're actually smart. You can't shake the false notion of meritocracy whenever you think about billionaires. No matter what happens, even if you are like a rugged socialist or, someone who claims that they are not capitalist, or someone who thinks that they're progressive, no matter what happens, the lie, the myth of meritocracy is always in the back of your mind. That's what's guiding you to think Elon Musk deserves the position that he's in. He actually did something right. He played it right. He played it smart. He worked smart and he worked hard. Not the case. He got real lucky. And then he has a shit ton of propaganda dollars working to legitimize that position, because he is the human face of capitalism. If you recognize that those at the tippy top are fucking stupid, you're going to start realizing that the meritocracy thing is just completely made up.